Okay, in the UK, voters head to the polls today in the second general election since the landmark vote to leave the European Union in 2016. The election promises to be pivotal for the fate of Brexit and the country's economic policy. Let's see how things are playing out there today. Let's talk to Juliana. Hello, Juliana. Good afternoon. So how are the markets monitoring the votes?
Good afternoon, Jimmy. Well, as you said, it's an important day. The Brexit election has been underway since 7 a.m. Polls will close at 10 p.m. As you said, there is a lot at stake. So, of course, there is some market volatility in the city. The FTSE had a muted start. It opened up at early trading at 20 points. At intraday, the all-share is up 0.26%. The FTSE 100 is up 0.32%. And the FTSE 250 is up by 0.10%. Sterling struggling slightly. The British pound is down on the US dollar by 0.31%, down on the euro by 0.31%, and down on the Japanese yen by 0.16%.
Well, with the UK elections on the way, do investors care about Trump's tariff on China, which takes effect this Sunday?
Absolutely, Jimmy. You know, the 15th of December, that deadline is looming at the back of everybody's mind since this trade war between the world's two biggest economies has started. It really has sent global equities markets into a kind of semi-permanent panic. Of course, this has affected $500 billion worth of exports, both from America and from China. On Sunday, these tariffs, this 15% tariff hike is expected to affect $156 billion worth of Chinese goods. So in the best case scenario for global markets, people would want Trump to postpone these tariffs. He's done it before. There are some officials in the White House that say he is likely to do it again. And one of the main reasons why is because what we've seen recently is that these tariffs are really hitting US consumers. We're in a Christmas period. We know this is the time where lots of people spending, especially in America, where they're expected to make over $1 trillion. So, you know, we are expecting him to suspend these tariffs. But, you know, there are some who are saying if he does suspend them again, then it appears as if China is winning this trade war. And we all know that with Donald Trump's America First stance, he wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, aside from politics, what else is happening in the corporate and business world?
Well, we've got a couple of things happening here in the UK. We have had some housing market data, and that data has not been great. It's showed that in November, the inquiries into buying a new house were down 9%. In October, it was down 15%. So it's better than what was happening in October, but it's still a massive decline. Observers are saying, and they're predicting that in 2020, it won't get any better, considering Britain is still plunged in this political uncertainty. And there's also been some good news for UK pubs. Pubs are where a lot of people like to go and drink, especially in this season. There's a lot of Christmas parties that are happening. Over the past 10 years, UK pubs have really been declining by about 6,000. Lots of people have been having to shut their doors. This is really because, you know, there's been a health kick recently here in the UK, especially with young drinkers. People want to drink less. People want to socialise in a different type of atmosphere. But new data shows that in the 6 months since March, pubs have opened by an increase of 300. So this is the first time we've seen an expansion in the past 10 years. And people are citing that lots of pubs are changing their ethos. So they're no longer just there for the older man that likes to get drunk, but they're offering really nice, tasty menus, and they're becoming a really pleasant place for people to be. So over the next couple of weeks, that's where a lot of people in the UK will be spending their pastime with colleagues.
That's an interesting data, particularly coming at this time that we're preparing for Christmas. Anyway, I'm sure all eyes there are on the election, so let's continue to monitor that. Thank you, Juliana.